All right, this is Financial Literacy Section 6.8 lecture. This lecture is about the costs of car ownership and car insurance terms. Why don't you pause the video and you can write all this down, and then I'll talk through it after you finish writing it. Okay, so bodily injury. So if you go get car insurance, you're going to get a contract and it's going to have all these terms in it. Bodily injury covers liability for injury to others. All right, property damage covers damage to others' property and vehicles. Okay, not just their vehicles, but maybe if you run into somebody's house or run over somebody's fence or something like that, it'll pay for the property. Collision covers damage to the insured's vehicle. Okay, those three are probably the most expensive parts of your insurance premium. Comprehensive coverage covers fire, theft, vandalism, hail. So if somebody steals your car, you have a hailstorm, thing catches fire, that's unfortunate. Some doo-doo heads key your car. That's covered by comprehensive. That's usually not a super expensive part of the policy. And then sometimes you're going to get hit by someone who either doesn't have enough insurance or is uninsured altogether. And so this covers damages caused by persons with inadequate insurance. Okay, going to write a couple more things down. Overall, this is a very short lecture. So we are still in 6.8.1. Couple of other bullets. Premiums are higher in large cities and for younger drivers. You probably know all about that if you've heard your parents complain about the cost of insurance. All right, I've certainly complained about my daughter's cost of insurance. And then minimum coverages. Are set by states. So each state has different requirements. So that's why some states are cheaper to live in than others. Sometimes a state might not require a whole lot of insurance. So where you live makes a difference. Let's do example A, and this is on page 257. So we're just going to be reading a table here. All right, if you will open up, and you're going to be referring to this table. Okay, so the question says, Oliver Trainer insures a car that he drives to work. His coverage is $25,000-$50,000 bodily injury, $50,000 property damage, $250 deductible collision, $100 deductible, and that's $25,000, $50,000. That's what the $25,000-$50,000 means. Using the premium shown in the premiums table, what will be Oliver's annual car insurance premium? So let's see if I can put this into view. All right, $25,000-$50,000. He drives it to work. Okay, so that is going to be the first one, $22.84. Then he has $50,000 property damage, so that's going to be $179.44. He has $250 deductible for collision, so that'd be $358.24. And then finally, $100 deductible comprehensives, that's $104.33. So you're just going to add up those four values from the table. So $22.84 plus $179.44 plus $358.24 plus 104.33. And that is 664.85. All right, let's look at example B. So that's right underneath a similar kind of problem. You're just looking up in the green table. So Harriet Driscoll's car is insured for business use. She chooses the highest coverage limits for bodily injury and property damage and a $100 deductible for both collision and comprehensive. Using the rates shown in the premiums table, what is her annual premium? Usually you pay premiums every 6 months. Okay, so it's interesting that they're doing it by annual. All right, the highest, it's business use. She chooses the highest coverage limits for bodily injury. Okay, so that would be $79.74. And the highest coverage for property damage for business, that'd be $274.44. And a $100 deductible for collision. All right, that'd be $574.70. So they really make the business people pay, don't they? And comprehensive, okay, $100 deductible for that. So that'd be $135.62. So we just add up those 4 values from the table, $79.74 plus $274.44 plus $574.70 and then plus $135.62. So that's $1,064.50. All right, so those 2 examples, just read the green table. Pause the video if you need to. And we'll do 6.8.2. And that is car operating costs. It's kind of common sense. So what are some examples of things you might have to pay for if you own a car? Well, insurance, that's a big one. We just talked about that. Gas. All right. Drive one of those big trucks like JC, you might be paying a lot in gas. Drive a little car like me, not so much. All right, license, inspection, but hey, to each his own. All right, we don't really have to do inspections here in Kentucky, but some states do. Maintenance, you got to maintain the thing. If you're handy, you can do this stuff yourself, but most people have the oil changed by someone else. I used to do all that myself. Tires, you know, tires are pretty expensive, especially on those big trucks, right, JC? Brakes, you know, you have to maintain your brakes or you can't stop. And that is unfortunate, especially if someone in a big truck runs over you. Repairs. That can be, boy, can that be expensive with the old cars like I drive. Parking, usually not a, I don't know why my voice just cracked. That's not really an issue around here, but boy, in a big city, that can be expensive. It can be in the hundreds of dollars per month. And then taxes. Taxes, that's no joke around here. And the more expensive your vehicle, at least in Kentucky, the more taxes you'll pay every year. All right, pause the video. I'm going to work one more problem, and then boom, we are done with this lecture. So let's look at example C, page 257. Conrad bought a used car for $12,480. His expenses in the first year were gas, oil, 1,070, repairs, 512, insurance, 981, license plates, 83, loss of interest. Usually people don't add that up, but loss of interest on his car investment, 561. That's what that's saying is if he had invested that money in the stock market or something, he could have made 561. And depreciation, 12%. What's the total operating costs for the year rounded to the nearest dollar? All right, well, you're just going to add all that up. Okay, so the expenses are the total cost. So we've got 1,070 plus 512 plus 981 plus 83 plus 561, and then we have to do a little calculation with the depreciation. It's 12,480 times 0.12, and that's 4704 60. So not cheap to have a car, is it? All right, your homework, and I'm going to give you the even answers in just a second. And this would be on page, looks like it starts on page 258. Going to do 9 through 20. You got to do all of them. And also number 23. All right, I'm going to get my teacher's book and give you the even answers. Sorry about the delay there. Didn't have that out. So page 258. Wow, I pulled right up to it. Number 10 is 681.10. Number 12 240.28, 14, 1824.39, 16, 398.08, 18, 38.73. And then 20 is 625.52. All right, make sure you put on Microsoft Teams if you need me to work any of those. I can do a live call if there's just one or two, or I can make a video if there are a lot of them. But I'm guessing on this particular chapter, since it's basically adding and subtracting, you should be pretty good. So have a good day, and I'll talk to you next video.